You have to take advantage of other large event websites.
This video is brought to you by OppiPies Academy,
so that you can get their traffic. Two of the biggest websites for event organization are meetup.com. That's this website is basically meetup.com, and eventbrite.com. Both of them charge you a little bit of money. It's a relatively negligible fee. It's not free, but it's very cheap. And for the number of people they can drive to you, it's very affordable, and I would 100% recommend it. So this is Meetup, and the other side, I'll show you what the other side is. This is Eventbrite. You can find events to attend, but most importantly, you can create your event. You see, you can create your event, and you can create your whole event series and attract a lot of attendees. Now, these are very popular websites in the United States. It's a little less popular in Europe, but let's say you're elsewhere in the world or wherever in the world you are. How can you find the best websites for your type of event to promote? And I'll show you how to do it. So I'll go to Google and I'll type something like business events in New York, okay, NYC. For example, if you have fashion events, you would change it to fashion events. It would be whatever you want, for whatever your niche is in your area where you're planning the event. And the idea behind doing this is you want to go through the website. First of all, you see Eventbrite comes up in Google. First two listings are Eventbrite. So you see, like, you can actually rank in Google by adding your events in Eventbrite. But that's not what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you are what's called user-generated content sites. Eventbrite is a user-generated content site. But if that wasn't popular in your area, like for example, I've never seen this NYC Go. And so you click this, and what you're looking for here is, can you add your own events? And you would look for it somewhere like on the bottom. Do they have an option here? They have an option to advertise. That's not exactly what we want at the moment. This is more for the city exploration, maybe meeting planners. I don't see anything, but I'll show you what I did. So for example, when I had my San Francisco outdoor events, I'll search for that. So San Francisco events, and I'm just showing you that because I know this best. So for example, here we have a good example, this website SF Fun Cheap. I know this website because they ended up driving me a lot of traffic. Here's what I did with them. When you click on these guys, you see how right here they have an option, add an event, and you see also they have an option to advertise. If your event is in San Francisco, you can easily add your event. And the organizer of the site used to notice my events and used to promote them because he used to see wow, like outdoor, cool, like shipwreck hiking events. They were very catchy, and the users of this site liked it. And so the organizer of the site liked it. But you can also pay to promote your events too. And this is great because when you pay to be on top of the results, you are going to get a lot more attendance. And these are pretty targeted people, because these are people who are visiting these sites, are people who are looking to attend events. So you will basically go through sites like this. I'm going to go back, and again, we see Eventbrite is here as well. So Eventbrite is everywhere. Again, they're here. So you see they have really good SEO because you're going to be able to rank with them. Now let's go and look at this SF Travel. I actually don't know if you can add your event to them. Doesn't look like it because they're about travel. It's not all events, but since we're on the event area, what I'm looking for is, do they have an option for me to add events? And I don't see it. What you would have to do is maybe look through here and see, are there any such option? I don't notice any such options. And what I'm going to do on top is like, can I add an event? Is there any kind of link to add events? I don't see it. And if you keep, obviously in your case, you would browse this longer than I'm browsing it, because I'm just doing this for an example's sake, and you need to spend more time exploring it. So, okay, so SF Tourist, I don't know. Okay, let's try this one, just an example. They have event calendars, but how do we add our event here? If you go scroll to the bottom, contact, and maybe you can email them and see if you can contact them and add your events. It doesn't seem particularly likely, so we're going to go back. Then you keep scrolling. So SF Station, I know that I used to be able to add my events there. So let's see if you're still able to do that. So they've got all these events listed, and then, you see at the bottom here, there's a link, list your event. Not only that, you can list your business, which will give you an extra link in from their directory. That extra link is not going to make a world of difference for you, but it's going to help you a little bit. So you list your event, and they're going to make you sign up for the website. It's free, and you can list your event, and then you can use their advertising to promote your event more. So you can get some people to come for free, but you'll get a lot bigger attendance if you actually pay to promote. And both options are fine. If you have the budget, I'd recommend paying to promote or experimenting, paying different sites to see which sites can get you extra attendance for a relatively affordable amount of money. So that's a worthwhile experimentation. And if you find that, hey, like these guys drive you maybe at attendees for like $1 per registered attendee, that's a really good rate, right? Because what if you can make $20 per attendee? Then you can advertise a lot. So I'd recommend experimenting with these types of sites. Usually, in my experience, these kinds of sites have very affordable rates to advertise for events. So this is a high priority place where I'd experiment running ads. And what you would do is also go through all these other sites that come up, like SF Weekly, SF Gate. Like SF Gate is the local newspaper. And again, these guys, I don't know about now, but they used to have an option for your events, promote your event. So you see that a lot of these sites, they're very event friendly. And if they're not, don't worry, just move on to the next events. Who cares? There's so many options like this. And what I would recommend that you do is you go through the 1, 2, 3, like the first 3 or 4 pages of event listings. And then what I would recommend that you do is, instead of just generic events, I would go for specific events, so like fashion events. And some of the sites will repeat, but some of the sites won't repeat. Again, Eventbrite, but now we got this Chick Me, whatever this is. So let's see what this is, and let's see if you can enter your own. See, got an event to add it for free. Perfect. It's for fashion events. Fantastic, right? So this is exactly wherever you are. This process is exactly how you can find UGC, which means for user-generated content events sites. And you can place your site listings on them. And we've already talked about how to make your listing stand out. Fantastic images, fantastic titles, fantastic descriptions, so that you can use these sites to your advantage and get as many people from them as possible. And then you should be able to collect a lot of sites for your area. Meetup.com, Eventbrite, and all these other smaller sites, but maybe ones that are more popular in your area. And then every time you put on an event, you want to add your listings to these sites and also experiment with running the ads to these sites. And some of them will be very like some of them will get you almost no traffic, but some of them will get you a lot of traffic. In my experience, a lot of these kinds of sites really drove me a lot of attendance, especially in the beginning where I didn't have my own large event attendee list. This was the gold mine, and this is what made my events really popular. Not to mention, a lot of other sites find events on these sites and repost them. So there's a lot of secondary benefits, but this strategy was my gold mine. Like, this worked so well for me, and I really recommend that you do exactly what I did here, because this is incredibly effective.